It's kind of fun to do the impossible. A great man named Walt Disney once said this. Walt Disney used his talents to become one of the most influential people in the world. He taught people to live a little and to never give up. He has helped bring my family closer together by creating his theme parks and movies. Walt was born on December 5th, 1901 in Hermosa, Illinois. He was one of 5 children. Disney lived most of his childhood in Missouri, where he began drawing and painting. Walt's father never understood his passion for drawing. He would sell his work to neighbors and friends. At the age of 13, Disney realized that animation is what he wanted to do. When he was in high school, he would draw the cartoons for the school newspaper. But he dropped out of high school when he was 16 and tried to join the military, but he was too young, so instead he joined the Red Cross, and he was an ambulance driver in World War I. Even though he dropped out of high school, he did win a lot of honorary degrees from top colleges such as Yale and Harvard. Disney became popular and successful from his talent with animation. He came back from the war to start doing what he loved to do. He tried to become a film producer, but when that failed, he went back to drawing cartoons. He started making cartoons called Laugh-O-Grams and selling them to a local screen theater. The cartoons were a huge success, which allowed Walt to have his own studio with employees. Walt hit rock bottom and wrote a letter to a producer in New York about his Alice animations. He tried to finish Alice but failed and ended up having to file for bankruptcy. He moved to Los Angeles, but his problems didn't stop. Walt lived with his aunt and his uncle, but his uncle didn't believe in him. His aunt convinced his uncle to give him a loan of $500 so he could start animating again. Disney was able to get his team back together and sell Alice shorts. The company hit a rough patch and Walt almost lost everything. His real success started with a mouse. The mouse's name was first Mortimer and then changed to Mickey Mouse. In 1928, he released the first short film to star Mickey Mouse. It was a huge success. Disney played the role of Mickey's voice for 2 decades. In Walt's lifetime, he produced 19 animated features, 53 live-action features, 6 features combining live-action and animation, and 6 documentaries. The Disney Company has produced an additional 30 animated films and over 150 live-action ones. Flowers and Trees was the first color cartoon produced, and Walt won his first Oscar from it. During the Great Depression, Walt's cartoon, The 3 Little Pigs, and its song, Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, was the theme for the country. On December 21st, 1937, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs was premiered in Los Angeles. The profit from the movie was $1.4 million, and it won 8 Oscars. Pinocchio, Dumbo, Fantasia, and Bambi were released within the next 5 years after Snow White. In 1939, a new studio was opened, but then had a setback because in 1941, the animators went on strike. In the 1950s, things got back on track, and Walt produced Cinderella, Treasure Island, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, and 101 Dalmatians. The last successful movie he produced by himself was Mary Poppins. Walt Disney was one of the first to use TV for entertainment. He created the Davy Crockett series and the Mickey Mouse Club. They became very popular TV shows. A Sunday night show called Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color was used to promote Disneyland. The reason behind making theme parks was to bring parents and their children together to have a good time. Disneyland cost $17 million and opened on July 17, 1955 in California. In a very short time, Disneyland became very popular and attracted people from all over the globe. Walt decided that he wanted the East Coast to have a version of Disneyland. Sadly, in 1966, Walt was diagnosed with lung cancer and he died in December of the same year. His brother took over and started construction on the Magic Kingdom in 1967. The park opened on October 25th, 1971. Magic Kingdom has 6 themed areas and only 5 of them are similar to Disneyland. The special area in Florida is Liberty Square. Before Walt died, he was very excited about the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, which we know as Epcot. Disney said that Epcot was the most exciting and the most important part of the Florida park. He said that Epcot would be a community of tomorrow, but will never be completed. Walt hoped that Epcot would stimulate American industry to develop innovative solutions that would meet the needs of the people expressed in Epcot. Later, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom were added. Walt Disney World is 5 times the size of Disneyland in California. Also, Walt didn't have to put up a lot of fences because he built the park in between 2 big swamps. Walt said that Disney World was the most exciting and challenging project that they had ever tackled at Walt Disney Productions. Parks were also opened in Paris, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. As you can see, no matter how many obstacles Walt had, he still pushed through. He did so much with what little he had. Walt Disney was nominated for 48 Academy Awards and 7 Emmys in his lifetime. He received 26 Academy Awards. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse, Walt Disney. Thank you.
Super, Grace.
Good job. That was awesome.
I think everybody needs to hear that one.